Definitely not worth 11.5 a year.
Here's something off the request line from Liberty Island.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Tully?
We gotta squeeze some New Year's juice from you, Big Apple.
Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
Ghostbusters Radio Live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ghostbusters Radio Live with YHS Podcast. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and a wonderful summer, apparently.
I'm having a cruel summer.
Cruel summer. Just check out this music here. Hi, everybody. Right before we started, Jacob was like, we should have added the song.
Bananarama.
And I was like, oh, we got it. This is the karaoke version, so we don't get dinged.
Oh, it's not the Taylor's version? Taylor Swift's?
It's not Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer. It's just regular Cruel Summer. Bananarama.
Yeah, 1989.
Is that when it came out?
Mm-hmm. It's in The Karate Kid, too.
The second one? Or as well?
Not Karate Kid 2, because he was in The Karate Kid.
Well, that came out in 84, so I
Well,
don't know.
you know
I don't know.
what? Let's have like a fun date dispute at the open of the show. You know, that'll be nice.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. This is a day we've been waiting for. And in some ways, you know, it's weird because we're going to get right into it. We're not going to beat around the bush. The Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailer dropped today. We just learned the title today, although there was a lot of rumors. We're going to get into the trailer. We're going to break it down. We're going to speculate. We're going to talk about every little piece of the puzzle. And we're going to do it with you guys who are joining us. Let me introduce my co-hosts before I do that. And I want to implore everybody. Employ? I want to employ all of you. I would like to hire everybody in the chat.
Oh, we don't have that much money.
We don't. Click that like button. Leave a comment. Interact with the chat. Help us spread the word on YHS Podcast because we have an incredible run coming up to this movie. I'm super excited about it. But before we go any further, let me introduce my co-host joining me all the way from the other side of the screen, sporting, I love that shirt, the New York Public Library shirt.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was me.
You thought it was you. Okay. I was talking about
I'm fired.
Okay. Jacob Walsh, what's up, man?
Not too much. I'm good. Hey, I don't that intro, the little intro that you that we have on the beginning of this, the music and the that looks like you put a lot of work into it.
Thank you. I did.
He did.
Or as Abby described it today, why are you so distracted? I was like, I'm just
2 hours on the green chair.
I'm just working. Jacob,
out.
thank you. It was a fun little thing to put together.
Good,
it wasn't
good.
that hard, but I appreciate that.
Well,
So for you audio listeners, you're missing out. Jacob, how are you, man? How's your day going?
I'm good, man. It's been cool. It's been chill. I did zero work today, and you know, I got my oil changed in my car. That's kind of like work. I didn't do it, but somebody did. I had to pay for it. But
on a trailer day, do you get that thing where like you're out in public and you're like, I wonder if I should talk to these oil change guys about the Ghostbusters movie?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to be like, hey, I don't know what you guys are doing later. Well, whenever I went to pick my car up, I wanted to be like, hey, did you guys see that trailer? I pull out my iPad and make them watch it before we go.
I just so happen to be watching this. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So Jake, man, we've been doing YHS Podcast for coming up on 8 years. This is our third Ghostbusters movie in that time. And the thing that strikes me,
it's
a insane
thing.
It's weird. And what's crazy to me is that, like, even though we knew this filmed last year and we've been following it closely and we knew a trailer very closely, we knew a trailer was coming. It still feels like I can't believe it. I can't believe it's here. It's wild. So we're gonna get into it. Abigail.
Yes.
How are
present. You? Great. I haven't slept very much, honestly, since last night. Like I made that announcement on Toy Anxiety. I was like, I'm gonna stay up all night, and I did. I had like 3 cups of coffee. I was up to like 3:30 or 4. Like I just couldn't sleep. I was like, I'll go wait on the couch. Maybe like I'll be there when it comes out.
Wait, so you you were acting like this was an episode of Ahsoka or something and thought it was going to drop at like
you know why?
2
Because
in
I
the
like
morning,
doing that.
and
I was
nobody
sound
told you?
asleep. I was asleep. Well, Ryan Dole tricked her into thinking it could come out at midnight.
Yeah, I was like, there's hope.
No.
There's a chance. But also because I love like reveling in that excitement. So it was self-induced. My cat's trying to break the entire show. But yeah, this morning was awesome. Super excited to talk about this trailer. I'm so glad everyone's here in the chat. It's good to see everybody. It's great to see you again, Jacob and Craig. You're right across from me.
It's great to see you again.
Jacob, always great to see you.
It's crazy too because I vividly remember the day that first Afterlife trailer came out. It was a little bit later in the year than this. It was December 2019, pre-pandemic and all that. And it's just, I can't believe that was 4 years ago. Like it just blows my mind that we're now here with a brand new trailer. Do you need to kill your screen so you can? Yeah, we'll do that. Oh no, you're back. She's back.
I'm back.
Okay.
She's here.
There you go. A brand new trailer, a brand new Ghostbusters movie. We waited so long for Afterlife and a Ghostbusters 3, and now that we're on to Ghostbusters 4, it almost doesn't make sense. Like my brain is fighting it. It's like it doesn't feel real or something. Do you go through that at all, Jake? Some feeling like that?
Yeah, I do, and I also think there's a specific. It's not just because of that. It's also, I think, because of the kind of movie this seems to be. Seems very, very different from the other in continuity Ghostbusters films that we already got. They all, even though there's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and there's really big things happening, those movies all seem really small.
Sure,
not small in a bad way or anything, but they seem very focused on your main characters and this immediately feels bigger. So it sort of is like, what is happening? It's like weird to see a beach scene, and then see Peter Venkman. You're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get into it. I think there's so much going on in this trailer that the fact that Bill Murray's in it, people are like, yeah, cool, Venkman.
It's the 10th. Yeah, Bill Murray being in it is the 10th craziest thing.
Yeah, legit. There's so many other things to distract you. And so many exciting things that feel like they're just falling into place like they should be. I know we're gonna break it all down, but
let's say hi to the chat because there's a lot of people joining us. I did want to let everybody know. I put a link in the chat. I'm gonna do one more. We have an awesome giveaway going on here on the channel. We're giving away a HasLab trap and PKE meter. All you got to do is subscribe to this channel. Yes, have some podcast here on YouTube and fill out that form. All we need is your email address and your YouTube handle. And we're going to, in about 30 days, give one of those bad boys away. Absolutely free of charge. So make sure you do that. We're trying to really grow our presence here on YouTube as we build up to the new movie. And we appreciate, there's already a lot of people here watching. So it's awesome. So let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to everybody. And let's go. Dan Milano, hello. Marty McFly, BC DeLorean is here, and other movie cars.
Oh, other movie cars too? Wow.
Can you believe it? I saw him in his Ecto watching the trailer today. I literally got mad.
Mother, oh my God.
Nick G, Silver K, Cosmo, John Yerkaba, Cosmo,
Hey.
Tony Taylor. Hey, we got a super chat. Thank you so much from our good friend Capital P, Philip Clark.
Thanks, Philip.
He said, today was a blur at work. So glad we get to chill together.
Yeah.
It was really hard to concentrate.
I'm glad
today.
I wasn't at work. It was a distracting day. Like I have to
It's
say,
hard.
yeah.
It's hard because like what you want to do is be
what
like,
we need.
trailer comes out this week. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. Put your phone away.
Right.
Yeah, I actually got a text from my boss telling me to come in tonight, and I was like, unfortunately, I'm going to be reacting to the Ghostbusters trailer. And I was like, you know what? I only call out of work for fever and for death chill.
Oh, okay.
Fever and the chill.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I got that death chill, y'all.
Andrew Bayless, all the way from Australia. Hello, sir. Thank you for always supporting what we do here. New message. Great. That's a great YouTube name. Stephen Lawrence. Dude is here. And Lawrence Dwayne, Soul of the Mind. Vicky Horner from the UK. Thank you so much for the support. Patreon supporter there. A lot of Patreon people in here tonight. Too Bad Dad. Brian Brink, the chart man. The chart man cometh. I love it. Bo Posky, Andrew Maggins, Gregnell M, Alex Who, and so many more people. Skylar Davis, thank you for being here. We do have a Patreon. We do bonus episodes all the time. We did one last night at patreon.com/yeshave some. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Okay.
This is
Yeah.
a funny comment, I
Yeah.
think. Robin Sun Art says, dude, talk about distraction. I'm driving a forklift right now.
Oh,
Whoa.
Be careful.
No, we don't condone that.
I wonder
But
if
we
he's
appreciate you
careful.
listening.
I
Yeah.
hope
He's
you got
like-
your CBLs.
yeah. He
Yeah.
just probably works with trailers all the time.
Oh,
I
he's like, I've seen that trailer.
connect them into the forklift
Oh,
thing. I don't know how forklifts work,
Wow.
but
But we know how trailers work.
Rogo says, I thank you for please be careful, by the way. Don't sue us if something happens on the forklift while watching this. Rogo says, I've been looking forward to YHS response all day. Thank you. We appreciate it. We've been looking forward to do it. A lot of people do like instant trailer reactions and all of that, and that's fun. But we got to get on here and process it all day, get all of our feelings out, call each other 45 times, and then do
Unpack it. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. We want to slow roll this.
Hey, I got to
Savor it.
give one more shout out right now to our good friend Trevor Zammit. He's out there in California right now. And did you guys see Dan Aykroyd's been going out to all these bottle shops and what do they call those places? Liquor stores.
Mhm.
Yes.
And he's not doing like sit down meet and greet signings, but he's signing bottles of Crystal Head and they're doing little events. And there's one in Burbank tonight. And I said, Trevor,
Oh, man.
can you get over
Dude.
there?
Get me a bottle? Is he getting
Come
you
on,
a bottle?
Trev.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, he's doing
Trevor.
the Lord's work, dude. Yeah.
He was
Get
like,
me one.
yeah. Do
Give
you
me
want
a
one?
little one.
He might still be
for
there.
my calico critters.
Yeah.
This all
Text
just
him. How much
this
do I gotta
all-
give him?
Yeah,
I think
if
they're
you're
like
watching,
50 or
Trevor.
$60. This all just
Trevor.
went down right before we logged on. But he was funny because like I guess Kevin Hart did a signing in the same place a couple days ago, and he said the line was down the block, and he thought Dan Aykroyd was going to be there, and he texted me. He's like, "Hey, I'm the only person in the store."
Dude, he might get some
So yeah,
good insight.
Oh,
Trevor's the
man.
best.
Yeah. Thanks, Trevor.
But anyways, let's get into this. So the trailer dropped this morning. How do you guys want to do this? Should we watch it one time all the way through?
Are we
Is that-
allowed to do that? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe should we
Sony-
do like a brief recounting of our experience first time watching it, sort of like the build
Sure.
up into
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I always like to do that.
Yeah. What was your morning like?
It was hectic. I woke up. Craig, you woke me up. We were up super late last night from toy anxiety. And like I said, just the like endorphins and like excitement that I had, adrenaline. So I probably got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Craig woke me up, and I was like,
Wow.
all right, coffee time. And we didn't really know what time it was going to drop. So
Right.
I started playing a little bit of Fortnite, and then it kind of ran up against the trailer drop time.
Well, I felt like because we didn't know if it was going to be 8 or 9 or 10 or 11. It's going to be like on the hour. And
Yeah.
I remember I felt like in a movie where a woman's in labor and the dad keeps going into the waiting room to let everybody know it hasn't happened yet. That's how me and Abby were this morning. I was like, just checking in.
Yeah.
No trailer yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So it was exciting. And then it dropped. I got out of my game. I exited. I think I got 4th place for those of you who care. And then we put it on, and it was the elation that I wanted and the release that I needed to feel. And I feel like the third time is the charm, like because we've seen Answer the Call, then we saw the Afterlife trailer, and it's like seeing this trailer drop, I feel like I was actually ready to accept it and be excited.
No, dude, we're gonna say this is gonna be every Ghostbusters movie for the rest of our life. No, this is the one that I really got excited.
No. I'm saying like this is the one that I feel like I was ready for, and
Right.
like I was able to actually just take in and say
Sure.
like this for me is good, and I'm really happy.
Sweet, Jake, where'd you take it in?
I don't like the way you worded that. I was at work today. I dropped my car off for the oil change on the way to work, walked to work from there, and I knew it was happening. I did not think it was going to be super early, so I wasn't really. It was kind of out of my mind. I sat around. We were watching Law and Order at work. I didn't have any appointments today, so I was just kind of doing my own thing. But then I went back into my room, which is, I got my own room. And when I saw the trailer dropped, I didn't want to watch it, or I didn't want anybody seeing me watching it.
Mhm.
Just because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to look like, or I just don't,
Right.
I didn't want the distraction of people. So I went in my back room and I watched it a couple times back there.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was emotional. It got me. I was very emotional. I always am about Ghostbusters. It's just one of those things. So let's do it. Let's watch the trailer all together now, and then we'll really start breaking this down. And like I said, we appreciate you guys being here. Let's have some fun. Okay, here we go.
Cool.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's going to be another hot one out there. In fact, there are heat alerts in effect for New Jersey, feeling like 100 degrees.
What is that?
For the first time in New York history, people froze to death in the middle of July.
What is it?
The death chill. The power to kill by fear itself. Your veins turn to rivers of ice. Your bones crack. And the last thing you see is your own tear ducts freezing up.
Like, literally scared to death? So cool.
All right. Whew.
Dude, let's do it again.
There's just a lot to take in. It's like you don't even know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
So we should just end it here.
It's a great show tonight, y'all. Thank you.
Before we start breaking it down, Jacob, I know you're probably the most opinionated person I know, just in general. Not in a bad way. That's not a negative thing. You just have strong opinions about most things. We talk about trailers a lot. The structure of trailers, how they're, the cadence of them, the timing of the music swells, the delivery of the jokes, all that.
Yeah.
So I personally felt like for a modern trailer, this was really good. For a first teaser, I really thought it did everything it needed to do for all of the different audiences that would be taking it in. What did you think?
Yeah, I think there's like a science to making a trailer, and it feels like half the movies you see, probably more than half, I would say like 70% of movies that you see trailers for, especially big like tentpole movies or Marvel movies or like big event type movies, they seem to be pretty slapped together. Just throw a couple things in there, throw some one-liners, and like they don't seem like they get a lot of time spent on them. Smaller movie, not that I'm calling this a smaller movie, but movies where the directors maybe care a little more, you can tell they have a little more say in what happens in the trailer and how the trailer goes, and you can tell that whoever's making it, it's got, there's so many things in this trailer that I'm like, hold on, what? Like there's literally so many things, but it is a teaser trailer. It's a long teaser trailer, but you don't want to be, there's, Kumail he's a big time actor. Everybody really likes him. I like him. They kind of made a little bit of a thing about James Acaster being in the movie. They're both very funny guys. Neither one has a single line of dialogue, and that's on purpose. And, it's because like they're trying to show you the things that people who maybe aren't big Ghostbusters fans might know, but there's still so much in here,
right,
that makes me be like, what the fuck was that? Or like, what is this? What does this happen? There's shots in here that are like, you're like, why is that in the trailer? That seems weird to put that in here. It must mean something, or it must be something.
Right. And there's also continuity with the first Afterlife trailer. I think a lot of the music cues are the same.
Yeah, well, as soon as it hits the bam,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is just like Afterlife.
Right.
Yeah, like when the things shoot out from the mine.
Yeah.
Exactly. I completely agree. I think this trailer executes so well the setting a vibe, like at the beginning, just feeling first you see like the heat of the summer and the fire hydrants being like exploded on the street, and you're kind of like, oh, I'm in this. I recognize this. And the song Bananarama is like just I remember the first time I heard that song, I was like probably 13 or 14, and I didn't realize it was an older song. And like my friend's mom was like, oh, this is like an old song. I was like, this is a fucking great song. And so hearing that and then seeing the shores of New Jersey, which I did grow up a little bit in New Jersey. I lived there for a little while. I thought it was really cool to see that and to see like the fair and carnival stuff. It immediately reminded me of Jaws. I was immediately thinking, get out of the water now, Michael. Well, yeah, it's a really good opening, and then to feel the change in temperature, like during a trailer, which is just a teaser trailer, that's really like well executed. So.
Yeah, there's a stark what do you call it? Like a tone change, right? Like 20 seconds in. Well, should we start watching it? Should we start like picking apart?
Go through the.
All right. So opening up here on the Sony Columbia, boom. We have to stop it already.
What a perfect way to Ghostbusters 2's canon, I guess. There's something special. That almost feels like an Easter egg for us, for people who really love, Ghostbusters 2, just starting the trailer on the Statue of Liberty. I love that.
And it's a beautiful shot too. It's like this really cool, sunset. I mean, who knows? This could be from the end of the movie. This is probably from right before they get back into the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
Well, it's setting that passage of time of like the heat is moving on. It's over. Like something's about to happen. There's like a change in the air.
I love this. Die Hard with a Vengeance vibes. Maybe. Hey, I love that movie. Okay. So we open up with this shot of the Statue of Liberty. We kind of pan the New York skyline. Really cool. I mean, shout out to Eric Spielberg. He shoots all of the Jason Reitman produced movies.
Yeah.
And obviously major shout out to Gil Cannon, who, this is I want to say this before we go any further. We've been doing this for a long time. We've been part of this Ghostbusters community for a long time. This is the most positivity I've ever, like the reaction. Yeah. Listen, there's always going to be people out there who are like, whatever. But it feels like 99% of the things I've read today from either fans or YouTube comments or whatever, people are pumped. Doesn't it seem that way?
I agree. Yeah, it does seem like that way for multiple different reasons. I feel like without getting too clearly, like we don't know a big deal of like what's going on here. But the fact that like, I thought Afterlife was a perfect film. But it was like, we've talked about this before. It's like Afterlife needs to happen before you can kind of move on to other things. And since we got like all that closure with Afterlife and then like things kind of starting up again, they're like kind of free for this movie to just be whatever they want it to be.
Right.
And it looks insane. Like, and I say that in a good way. Like, it just looks like they were able to kind of be free to make the plot as weird or as out there as they felt like they wanted to. And
well, a lot
of people love that.
A lot of people commented today, like, oh, this feels like an episode of the real Ghostbusters, where it's just like,
yes,
it's going to be a chapter in the Ghostbusters timeline where there's a new big, bad, huge threat. There's going to be tons of action, probably some new lore, plus all the stuff you want to see in a Ghostbusters movie.
All the familiar
movie.
faces that are delivering the action and the exposition, that's everything that you could want. Yeah. Right. To have something that's completely and totally original, but still back in the original setting.
Right.
That's when you see the Ecto, at least for me, that in New York City, that's like a really like, yes, I needed that to lock in, and I was really happy to see that.
Right. So we get these quick cuts here. New York City. It's a hot summer. Got the fire hydrant like Abby was talking about. And then I'm assuming this is supposed to be like either the Jersey Shore or Coney Island, two places I've never been. So
they say New Jersey over the.
Yeah, okay, that's why I said that.
Cool.
We're all learning.
We're all learning together. It's a minute and a half. We're about to do 10 hours on a minute and a half. So Strap in.
Strap in.
Okay, Abby, I know you like carnival settings and amusement parks, so we've
I
got
love Ferris wheels.
the Ferris wheel going.
Nobody will go with me on them.
If they're very tall. Okay, so then you get the freeze up here, and something's happening. Off in the distance, you start seeing clouds. Now, Jacob, everybody said they're getting Jaws vibes from this today. Does it trigger Jaws things for you?
You cannot have a beach scene with people looking and running and screaming without thinking it's Jaws. Like it's impossible. I'm surprised to see a scene like this in a Ghostbusters movie.
Me too.
Like it's so big. It's such a big scaled scene. It looks so. I don't mean this in a bad way. It looks so like superhero-ish, just to have this giant cloud coming in, and you're like, I would not think this was a Ghostbusters film,
right?
If I didn't know until it gets to
well, if you think about it, when they're playing this in the movie theaters for the unsuspecting crowd, they want them.
Yeah, that's why they're doing it.
Right.
Yeah,
it just looks like a badass action summer blockbuster movie.
And this guy's looking at her going, "That's some bad hat."
Yeah, but that hat she's wearing, all of that is so reminiscent,
right,
of Chief Brody and Ellen.
Somebody left a comment somewhere today, said they wish that it would have done the Spielberg zoom. That would have been
Brody's there.
Yeah.
Brody's there.
Yeah.
I know you, Chief. You don't like the ice. And there we go. We got the cloud coming in. Ice spikes shooting out of the. Let's go back to that because I haven't done the slowdown yet on this at all. So you got these clouds coming in, ominous music. And look at these people.
This is such a dude, this looks like Independence Day.
Yeah. Well, there is a Roland Emmerich ID4 Day After Tomorrow vibe.
100%.
Those are my favorite movies. So I'm all about that. Like if you told me it's the Day After Tomorrow, but it's Ghostbusters, I'm like, you had me at it's the Day After Tomorrow. I would just watch that.
Exactly. And that's such big fans of Ghostbusters too, which is the over the top, like Statue of Liberty walking around. Like
I'm glad you said
what
that.
we want.
I'm glad you said
from
that.
A sequel.
When people would ask me what I want out of this movie, I just want it to be fun. And this looks like fun. Like
sure.
We'll get a little.
It looks fun and terrifying. The idea of like huge spikes popping up through the ground that can impale you just as you're running. That's terrifying.
I've seen some people today expressing concern that it seems like people might be dying in this movie. And I'm like, listen.
Yeah, I hope so. What? Who cares? Why is that? That's not a concern.
Yeah.
People die. People die when stuff like this happens.
Stuff like this.
Listen, if you're in the ocean, if you're in the Atlantic Ocean, the ice spikes get you, you're going to die. All right.
That or a shark.
All right. So they're popping up through the sand there, and we see the frost coming over the.
These people dead.
Those people are dead.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great shot.
Dead.
This is an awesome shot. So
this looks like. Hold on.
For the audio listeners,
telling me there's not like this. This could be a shot just directly lifted from, I don't know, 2012
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact Radio is fucking
awesome.
It also really reminds me of the 2014 Godzilla. There was a lot of this kind of imagery in Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters.
A huge dark impending cloud moving towards the cityscape.
Yep.
From the water.
And it's just coming on Manhattan there. Let's go a little further here. We haven't even we're like 8 seconds into this trailer. All right, so love that shot. The cabbie and his hat blows off and the wind. He's like, why is it windy? It's the middle of July. All right, clouds coming in, spikes. All right, so here's a really cool shot.
Is it?
What?
That looks like is that Raise the Cult right there?
Like
I don't know what it looks like looking. Yeah, I don't know what Raise the Cult looks like looking out. For some reason, when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, that's right." It just in my head, I was like, "Oh, that's Raise the Cult." They're inside Raise the Cult, and this is happening.
Hey,
like breaks through.
I see what you're saying.
I thought they put an Easter egg in here that would have blown my mind, but it's
not. Chinese
restaurant. I went and looked up the answer to the call Chinese restaurant.
It looks like I thought that too when I saw it,
and then I was like, then I was like trying to match the characters, and then I realized I can't read Chinese, and I have no business.
Yeah, but you can look. You can look.
Also,
at
Ryan
them.
Dole's coming in with all these facts.
Where is he?
He says it's not raised.
Okay, calm down.
Ryan doesn't stop.
Okay.
Ryan doesn't count. Not on this episode.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't count.
All right, here we go. So, carnage coming through the streets of Manhattan, leading up to this money shot. We got the piano cue, and there it is. Old Faithful, the Ghostbusters firehouse.
Leave the light on.
The light's on on the sign. Abigail, what is this? What you got? Ice? What do you see here? This is insane.
First of all, it's all screaming new. I've never seen this before. And brand new, terrifying thing to face: a force of nature, ice, the cold, taking over New York in the middle of a heat wave is such an exciting and interesting thing to think about. That this image just opens up so many stories. You want to know why is this happening? How are we going to stop it? How are the Ghostbusters going to be involved? It's really enticing. You want to get in there and play around.
Jacob, any thoughts?
I just wish it was that cold where I'm at.
You wish this was your house.
Yeah.
You would welcome it. Okay, so here's the Ecto. I feel like they're upping the ante. Seeing the Ecto do that little 360 move in New York is awesome. And we know that
seeing is how I've seen a lot of vehicles on New York streets, and that's not happening. There's not where's all the other traffic?
Yeah, and it's cool because we know they did all the second unit filming a couple months ago. They were filming all this stuff, like, even though they've shot the movie primarily in England, they did a lot of New York filming for the second unit. All right, so the Ecto's doing its thing here.
Empty streets. For the first time in New York history, people froze to death.
All right, let's pick. We're gonna have to do it. The first, I would not have predicted the first voice we hear was Patton Oswalt. Right. And it's he says for the first, what's the line that he just said? For the first time in New York history. People froze to death. It sounds like he's recounting something that happened
historically, yeah, in the past.
And then we've got a shot of McKenna Grace, former guest. If you guys have some podcasts, I'm going to say that every time I can for anybody who's been on the show.
Friend of the show.
McKenna is sporting a pack there, obviously
suit.
in the firehouse. It looks like there's like snow on the ground in the firehouse, which is interesting. All right, here we go. And then we've got okay, here we go. Finn Wolfhard, Celeste O'Connor,
James A.
and Oscar.
And Oscar. We don't know his name yet. Not confirmed yet.
Unnamed character.
That article that came out a while back didn't have his name in it.
I don't think so. Maybe it did. I don't know. I can't keep up.
I can't remember. I couldn't remember. I thought it did, but I don't know.
And I think this is a really I guess everybody's calling out that the pack
that has left. Yeah, who cares? They're straps. Straps change.
Straps change. Hey, guess what? Everybody who bought a HasLab, you now have screen accurate Ghostbuster straps.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
good.
Congrats.
All right, so 3 new actors. Wrong. 1 new actor, 2 returning actors. But listen, Finn's hair is shorter. Celeste's hair is braided, so they're different. They're new to me. Okay, then it moves on.
Froze to death.
All right, we have to highlight that because Patton says people froze to death, and there's this shot. Jacob, I don't know.
Who is that?
Walk me through this. What are we looking at?
We got a frozen man here, and he's in very. If you do you have the ability to zoom in at all on this or no? If you did, I would just say that his clothing looks very old. It does not look like he's. He looks like he's got kind of a classic looking beard style. Don't know what's happening, but this could be whatever Patton Oswalt is like referring to.
Okay. Yeah,
it has the potential to be in the
I
past.
think that's
people are saying that's an old timey like firefighter type thing. Yeah, this is a flashback or a period. Something's happening here that we're not. Yeah.
Let me okay, I can get it close up real quick, and then we'll move on. Yeah, let me share my screen here.
Brian Brink says maybe that dude was a Terminator.
Yeah, it's a T-1000, obviously. Is that a little closer?
Yeah, but on the guy, maybe. Not on the background.
Yeah, he's got like mutton chops and a big old handlebar.
Yeah, like look at his outfit. It looks like kind of.
Oh, he's got an eye patch. Cool. He's a pirate.
Oh, he's a pirate.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, good. Good call out. Good call out, everybody. Let me go back here.
In the middle.
All right, then we got our first shot of Callie, the returning Carrie Coon. We love Callie. Looks like she's in the firehouse there. It's cool that like it makes sense that this whole movie they called it Firehouse. It looks like a lot of it has to do with the firehouse. I'm really starting to connect these dots.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's listen to the dialogue here.
People froze to death in the middle of July.
Okay. Now, what is this? Is this anything? This door?
I don't know. It just looks like an apartment to me. I don't know.
Okay.
What is it?
Check it out. Phoebe and Podcast back together again.
Yeah. Lab partners.
It's almost like the Harry Potter movies. Like each one, they're gonna be a little older.
Yeah.
And in the movies, they'll get darker.
It's the passage of time.
It's the passage of time. I'm very impressed. It is crazy though, because like last time we saw Logan Kim in a Ghostbusters movie, he was like, I don't know, a small child. Now he looks like a tall adult. He's
a man.
He's a man now. All right, so we got Phoebe and Podcast here having some sort of conversation with somebody somewhere. And there's our first look at Kumail Nanjiani. Looks like he might be in a
bookstore.
Maybe
a library. Maybe a bookstore.
Maybe a bookstore, maybe a library. So and Jake, you were kind of saying earlier, like he doesn't have any lines in this, but we know he's a
he's
big
here.
time comedic guy. And can I just address this real quick? Because I saw people saying today, why isn't Ghostbusters supposed to be funny? Raise your hand. I'm sick of that comment.
Yeah.
Guess what? Afterlife is hilarious. You just have to go watch it and laugh at all the funny lines.
Yeah. This is a trailer.
This is a trailer.
This is a minute and a half set up. Just stop.
You're telling me a movie with Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Logan Kim, Kumail, Patton Oswalt, James A. Caster is not going to be. I think it's going to be very funny. I'm laughing just thinking about all the hijinks.
People's preconceived notions and their reactions are always funny to me.
Right. Hey, by the way, there's a lot of people watching, and I have a feeling some of you might be new to YHS. So make sure you hit that subscribe button because we have a lot of coverage of Ghostbusters coming up, and we appreciate you being here. All right, so we got Kumail here.
The death chill.
Oh my God, I quit. So now we know who they're talking to and standing next to.
Yeah.
Take it in.
What a I feel like when the line the death chill, when I say that, or if anybody else says that, I'm rolling my eyes at you.
Right.
But listening to Dan Aykroyd say it, and then the rest of his a little bit of dialogue here.
Yeah.
It's so Ghostbusters to me. Also, it's like, how do you fucking know, Dan? How are you talking about this? Like you've seen this before.
He knows. There's a lot of carvings and a lot of.
What do you mean you know what the death chill is?
Well, here's the thing: when you have a lot of times in movies, when you have a character that is giving a lot of exposition and explaining things, it can be really bad. But when it's Dan Aykroyd, I was like, I want the whole movie to be him explaining the death chill.
Yeah, it is. I would love that.
I mean, listen, that's one of the best pieces of Ghostbusters 2 is when he's explaining who Vigo is while they're walking to the museum.
Right.
It's great.
Yeah.
One thing we needed to point out.
I'm watching that tonight.
You gonna watch that? We should watch that. Yeah. By the way, lots of comments and questions. We are going to do some open Q&A, so keep them coming. You guys are on fire. The chat is awesome right now.
Love the chat. Thank you.
I want to shout out to our good friend Zach Myers for pointing out this today.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got the same. Oh my god, lapels with the jean. That's so nice.
It's a very similar jacket.
Yeah, the fashion of Ghostbusters has always been like on point in my mind, unique, kind of
Dude, right?
retro. Yeah,
Dude, this is awesome. It's
Mhm.
2023, and look what we're looking at. If somebody showed you this 6 years ago, what would you think it was?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Casper.
Hey, you know what? Hey, can I a little off topic, but I was watching an interview with Dan earlier today, and I don't even remember how I came across this, but I watched an interview with Dan, older interview,
Yeah.
and they were talking to him about the Blues Brothers.
Okay.
And they were talking to him about John Belushi, and he was talking about how John Belushi was 33 when he died, and that Dan was 29.
Yep.
And I'm like, hold on. I'm like, so he made the Blues Brothers when he was like 27 years old or some shit?
Yeah.
Right.
I was just like, what the? Can you imagine creating and being in something like the Blues Brothers when you're that young? It blew me away. I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize.
You ready to get your mind blown? Bill Murray was 38 when he filmed Ghostbusters 2.
Wow.
And he looks 58 in that movie.
And now he looks 45.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
So that is insane.
Yeah.
Because I'm 38.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that.
Has to be.
And
Weird.
Dan was only 30 when they made Ghostbusters. So
That's pretty crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know my Ghostbusters ages because when we're watching Ghostbusters 2, I'm
That's
like,
weird.
how old was Harold Ramis when he filmed it? All right. So let's keep chugging along here. Although something's happening. It's not. Boo, what is happening? Where's my play button? There we go. All right.
Mine's behind me on the shelf.
Ah.
I'm gonna have to reload the video. It seems to be freezing up on me. No
Why don't you
worries.
show us that play button, Jacob?
Let's go to the chat. Abby, what's going on in the chat while I reload this?
Yeah. Let's see. They love the denim jacket. It's the most Canadian jacket ever. That's what people are saying.
This is very funny. Yeah.
Vicky Horner says that Ray knows his shit, which
He does.
that's just the truth. Like, you want to see him ramble and like inform you about things. So perfect.
Sorry. Keep going.
I could hear that song again. It's okay. I love that.
We all love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so back to where we were. Sorry about that. The Soul of the Mind. Somebody says, is hell freezing over? It has to be. We're about to watch Ghostbusters 4. Something happened. Something crazy happened. Okay, so we'll continue on here.
The death chill.
The death chill. We see kind of a smoky.
That's kind of a weird shot, right? That seems like a little bit of a weird, like what is just smoke disappearing into a door really quickly seems like
right
a weird
Ominous?
thing to throw in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Paul
Hey,
Rudd.
Lawrence Dwayne says
I was about to say,
SAG
that's true.
strike just ended.
Is that
It
for
did?
real?
Well, then let me bring in our next special
Get on-
guest.
Whoa.
Paul Rudd's here.
Oh, nice.
Fuck. Let's get Logan to call in.
Let's get Logan a call. Yeah,
He's
get him on.
been dying
Okay,
to come back on the
text
show.
Logan's dad and
I
tell him to
can't.
make his son
Dude.
get on the phone.
Yeah, he'll answer the call. Let's do it.
Oh God.
Well, fuck.
Cool. That's good
That's
news.
awesome.
Lawrence.
I was already having a great
You
day.
know
Now we
why?
can, like, party.
It's 'cause
In my
Ghostbusters
mind, when I
came
took a
out.
shower earlier, I was like, "Oh, we should just do a thing where we stream until the strike ends." And 44 minutes, dude. Literally,
We're
why?
done.
Guys, we literally
did we do it?
Dude, we ended the strike.
Yeah.
High fucking five,
Hey.
guys.
Yeah, we're Lewis Tully at the end of Ghostbusters 2
Yes.
thinking we just
Yes.
saved the day.
Anyone want to interview me?
This is great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Hey, if you guys thought you were sick of seeing the trailer, there's 12 actors
There's a
about to
bunch of
tweet
shit
it
you're
out
gonna
right
start
now.
seeing. Yeah, so get excited. But
Yeah.
stay here for the next 15 or 20 minutes because we're gonna keep going.
We're gonna keep going. Okay, Paul Rudd. Oh my God, look, Ernie Hudson
There
wearing
he
a
is.
pack. It looks like there's red and or there's
Our
caution,
favorite color combination.
caution striping on the power cell.
Oh yes.
We're gonna have to talk about some.
Noted.
There's some flourishments here. There's some new.
Hold on.
What's going on over there?
No, nothing. I was reading. There is news out. SAG-AFTRA and the studios have officially reached a tentative deal on a new 3-year contract.
Yep.
And then I was just laughing at our good friend Ryan Dole, who said, next strike in 3 years.
Yeah. Probably the lead up to the next movie.
Yeah, I could feel it.
So we got Ernie here. He's back. We got the Ecto there in the background. Obviously, this is the ground floor of the firehouse. I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
This looks good. Yeah, this is I'm pumped about this image. I'm pumped about Winston's role in the movie, and I'm also pumped about everything that's just transpired.
I'm pumped because right now Arnold Schwarzenegger is calling Jason Reitman, and he's like, "Do you think now that the strike is over, we could make twins too?" And Jason Reitman's like, "Fuck no,
it's on.
It's still not happening, Arnold."
He's like, new number. Who's this?
Yeah. He's pretending it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's like, I've got an idea for a movie with me and Danny DeVito. We love like a third twin. We could be triplets. I love doing that. Remind me next time Jason's on. Remind me to do that.
I've made triplets with you in it.
I want to be
a triplet.
We'll be triplets. All right, so we got Ernie here. Let's see. Dude says, love the shorter hair on Ernie. Oh, I lost his comment. Yeah, Ernie, he's got a little close crop there, looking good.
Yeah, looks good.
The sex appeal. He said it himself. All right, here we go. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
He's in this?
They did another one with this guy?
Yeah.
Got him back again?
This guy who's in all of them?
How'd they do it?
Listen.
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
He looks good here.
He looks great.
Yeah.
He's back in Ghostbusters, just like he always is.
Where he belongs.
It is where he belongs. And you know what's crazy is he wasn't the reason we never got GB3, but he was. There was a long history with him in the franchise.
Hey, here, hold on. Here's the thing.
Just tell me.
The biggest flex of this entire trailer is having Bill Murray in it, and just 1 second shot. Don't even let him speak.
Yep.
That's how much they, you know what I mean? Like you would in a like corporate world, they would be like, put Bill Murray in there as much as possible.
Right.
Give him the final, let him put all his lines in all his jokes in the trailer. And they're just like, no, dude.
But you could just imagine,
but he's in the back. He's back there doing his thing.
You could just imagine what the jokes are going to be, right? Like he's got to make. There's going to be a scene where he's walking through the firehouse, chipping ice off the side of the walls, putting it into his iced tea or something like that. It's going to happen.
That's fun. Iced tea though, probably not iced tea.
It's gonna be a Moscow Mule, something like cold.
It's gonna be a little Crystal Head vodka. Boy, oh boy, I can't wait to get it. All right, here we go. Bill's back, but this is his only shot in the trailer. But it does everything it needs to do. It tells the casual viewer, "Oh my God, Bill Murray's in this."
Yeah, he's here.
Then we move on. Dude says, "Wish we could see them smoke in the film, but it won't happen." I think all the Ghostbusters have quit smoking.
Yeah,
there's no way they've continued.
They're all smart. They don't smoke anymore.
Well, I bet Ray's got some cigars.
Ray probably hits the vape and other things.
Ray's got a vape pen.
Yeah, he does.
Ray,
I'll hang out with
Ray.
Ray's
got behind Ray's Occult. There's a hookah bar. It's Ray's
there's
hookah
a
bar.
CBD store right behind.
Let's move past this part of the conversation.
Okay,
I'm having fun.
All right, here we go. Oh my God! Hey, did you guys notice this?
Is that my shirt?
So listen. You notice who's in this scene with the lion, right?
Yeah.
It's Ray.
It's Ray.
By fear itself.
Oh yeah. Okay. The flat top.
Before the CGI pulls him out of the fucking screen, it's such a weird. Yeah, that's right. You can tell he's got that same jacket on.
Same jacket.
That's fucking cool, though, dude.
Then we got a shot of the interior of the firehouse here. You get there's two Ghostbusters facing, their faces are obscured. The doors blow off, but we should point out, I can't freeze it. I'll have to get the freeze frame. The new bumper on the Proton Pack. There's a yellow bumper on the Proton Pack.
Yep.
I can, if we want to look at that here in a little bit, there it is. You can kind of see it in the bottom right corner.
Yeah, and whatever the other person is wearing looks different as well. That's that's not there's no pack on that person, but they're
Right,
holding
right.
something. So
Mhm.
there's something new there as well.
Yeah, and the library lion comes to life, which is amazing in that moment. Which
That's
I just want
awesome.
to like, yeah.
That is
When I
so-
saw that, I was like, Aslan from C.S. Lewis Chronicles of Narnia. Anyway, it's very cool. That and just seeing a transformation of like an object that you're so used to seeing become something else. That is essentially very
Right.
Ghostbusters. That I and I love that.
Right.
It's also that's also a cool way, like those lion, that's one of the opening shots of the original film is that
Yep.
lion.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
like such a cool, it's like
Yep.
the New York Public Library has become, even though it is just the New York Public Library, it has become a symbol for
piece of
Ghostbusters.
lore.
So the fact that it's now the lions are coming to life, that's just
Yes,
just
in
fun.
house. It's what we want.
Yeah.
Organic.
Ray Cameron says it's a boson dart gun.
Hey, it's possible.
They're gonna feel that one in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, I did see a comment today that said, this franchise died in 2009. I was like, calm down.
Dude, I've seen so many people being like, "This is too much." I'm
Chill
reminded
out.
of like when you bring out at a restaurant like a nice big plate of spaghetti and meatballs, and it's like the person you set it down in front of is like, "Oh, this is too big. Oh,
It's
too
never
much."
too much.
I'm like, it's not. It's amazing. You ordered it. Eat it. Yeah.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I liked it. I didn't want to cut you off.
What do you want to box right now? You want to start boxing it up?
I didn't want to cut you off
Be
to the big
happy.
spaghetti thing.
My big spaghetti speech.
Spaghetti speech.
Happens to me like all the time.
Okay. So this is crazy. So these shots are really cool. This looks like it's the firehouse like being obliterated, does it not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then you got these
Yeah,
spikes.
leading
Yeah,
up to
'cause
you
that's
can see
Ecto.
you can see
Uh-huh.
on the sides the
Oh, right, the ectos
the
in the back.
poles and the ectos back there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Okay.
Your veins.
Going on. Okay. So this is okay. Let's analyze this. This is inside the firehouse. We see Paul Rudd and Finn Wolfhard. You can see the back wall of the firehouse. There's spikes coming through.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me wonder. Like, I have a feeling that I will say this. I know this movie looks big and wild and crazy. I think the first half of this movie is going to be on pace with something like Afterlife or the first Ghostbusters. I don't think it's going to be a frenetic, breakneck 2 hours. Like, I bet a lot of this stuff we're seeing is at the back half of the movie. That's just my guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
It sets up a huge scope for the movie though, and builds anticipation though.
It's fucking crazy. Like, literally, I would do anything to climb behind these ice things with these guys. Like, somebody
Warm them
photoshopped
up. I want to warm them up.
Somebody photoshopped me in between Paul Rudd and Finn Wolfhard. I'm just like, please. Okay. So, oh my God.
Well,
the containment
you know
unit.
what that is, yeah.
Yeah, we know that.
There's a trap in front of the containment unit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it starts like
Mm-hmm.
the wall starts cracking.
Mm-hmm.
Your bones.
Well, hold on. There's another quick shot there of
Yeah. Villain.
Celeste.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
And I
Trying to
think
figure out what they're in. Like, what is that?
yeah, it doesn't look. I don't know. I mean, didn't the official synopsis today said the Ghostbusters have like a lab.
Said there's a lab.
There's a
Yeah.
lab. So maybe this is like the
Yeah,
lab.
it looks like almost like a Egon's lab, like in Ghostbusters.
Or the
2,
basement. Yeah,
opening
somebody said is that the
Right.
basement. It could be.
But I think the most interesting thing people pointed out today is they noticed that Celeste has a No Ghost logo on her arm here, or on their arm,
Mhm.
and that is not a khaki suit. So we don't know if that's a jacket. We don't know. People have guessed today that
Maybe a new suit.
Maybe it's a new suit. So we'll have to. What do you guys think?
I mean,
I don't know. This shot is so dark and it's backlit
Right.
by that red. It's very hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
Colors. I didn't even notice the No Ghost logo on her arm until right now. So
Right.
I don't know.
Bones crack.
Okay.
It does look like she's maybe wearing a pack later on though. So
Sure.
Mhm.
Well, what is this?
well, this looks like
A creature.
Well, what's crazy about this is it's clearly something inserting horns into its head, but the horns even like this. I laughed when I saw this because it reminds me of all the toys I buy where you have to pop in the tail or something, because it even has like a pet. Like if you like a split second before this shot, you can see that horn has a almost like a peg on it. And it's like when you buy a toy and you got to put it together.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, is this a NECA figure or something?
It's a Build-A-Villain.
It looks like he's plugging it in, you know?
Davey Sockrocker says it looks like elephant skin. Yeah, there's some interesting texture.
There's some folds, yeah.
It didn't even dawn on me today. Jake, I completely agree with you, but I've watched this a couple times and it didn't even register in my brain, but that's what we were looking for. This is the back of a head.
Hit back like a second or two and just play this scene if you can, and you can see that there's like
okay.
See the horn goes in.
Okay. And then we got another shot of James A. Castor here.
Yep.
Brian Brink says, which company is doing special effects for this movie? I'm not 100% sure. I think normally with these movies they outsource it to multiple effects houses. But I don't know. I don't know. James A. Castor, I know we're all paying attention to what they're all wearing. So Abby, he's got on like a red.
Looks like a nice like thermal jacket.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
Yeah,
that guy's funny. I can't wait to see.
I'm excited to see what he is going to do.
Even though this movie won't be funny, but
no,
this movie's
too
not
much.
a comedy. Yeah,
it won't be funny.
Okay, moving on. Another shot of the fam.
Oh, dude, Callie in a turtleneck. That's yes.
Well, dude, if it's gonna be that cold, you're wearing a turtleneck. You have to.
Yeah.
Hey, here's something we really haven't talked about, and I think it's because we found this out a while back. But Jake, Paul Rudd's officially a Ghostbuster now, and so
he's a
is
Ghostbuster
Callie.
now. Yeah, I think it was a big surprise whenever, when he was announced for Afterlife, people were pretty much like, oh shit, Paul Rudd's a Ghostbuster. And then he's not a Ghostbuster in that movie. So this is a natural progression, I think.
Mr. Michael T, always supporting us. We appreciate Michael. He says, Callie in black turtleneck with red gloves for the win. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. I can get behind that fashion. It's functional.
Lawrence Dwayne says, I'm guessing the horn is the artifact mentioned in the synopsis and it's completing its form. Yeah, I guess we didn't read the synopsis. I'll go find it so we can read that.
Yeah.
Let me, I think it's on, where did they post that? It's on like the actual.
Every Ghostbusters fan you're friends with on Facebook has shared it.
I just typed in Ghostbusters synopsis. Like, it's going to give you the first movie if I search that. The synopsis is right here. Here we go. In Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the Spangler family returns to where it all started, the iconic New York City firehouse, to team up with the original Ghostbusters, who've developed a top-secret research lab to take busting ghosts to the next level. When the discovery of an ancient artifact unleashes an evil force, Ghostbusters, new and old, must join forces to protect their home and save the world from a second ice age. So there we go.
Cool.
They all look badass, and khaki Ghostbusters uniforms look amazing in Ghostbusters movies, and this is great. Okay. We are going to get to the chat. Don't worry. Okay. More shots. Okay. So we've got Phoebe, podcasts, Ray, and then Patton Oswalt. I think a lot of people are taking stabs at what's going on here. Jake, what'd you take from this?
Well, they're in the library, right? They're in an elevator in the library. I mean, it showed, we saw Ray standing in front of some books with Phoebe earlier doing a speech.
Oh, well, we know Ray was at the library with the
Ray. Yeah, Ray's outside and we also see Patton in front of some books. Like they're in the library.
Right. Abby.
Yeah, it looks like an old time. What those are elevator grates.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying you love Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've been like a long time Patton Oswalt fan. My brother burned some of his stand-up on CDs for me that I used to drive around and listen to and love. And when Craig and I started,
Jess did that. I'm just kidding.
No, I was like, it was bad joke.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, no,
it's the most inside joke of all time.
when Craig told me he did stand up, I was like, "Oh, you do? Here, listen to stand up. This is real funny, like actual comedy." And I've just been a huge fan of his. He's like a literary type dude. He's just
What is happening?
my cat.
Hey,
is taking this moment away from Patton
but
Oswalt.
that we have a super chat.
He's got a direct connection to like my funny bone. He makes me laugh, and
Chris-
he's super smart, and I love him.
Christopher Bouchard. Hello, everyone. Don't know how I feel about the movie yet. Can't wait for the official trailer. Thank you. This is the official trailer. This is it. This is the official trailer.
Yes, this is official. We can confirmed.
Okay. Of course, Davey. I'm the funny one.
Davey.
Okay, here we go. Okay, this is interesting, Ab. Kumail is opening up what looks to be some sort of...
Well, it's his kid. It's a secret door, it looks
It's a
like.
secret door, but is it in the... Where is it? In the firehouse?
I was like, are those spices? Let me zoom in. What's in the jar?
I don't know, but
Horse
there
milk,
is Trevor and Celeste are behind him.
I see paper towels.
Yeah, there's a nice story. I would love to... Dude, we need paper towel. We need that.
This is dry storage.
Yeah.
This is dry goods.
Yeah.
Hey, this is funny. It's not like the fake trailers Craig usually watches.
I've done that once.
One time I watch a fake Jurassic World trailer and somehow think it's real, and I'll never live it down. Abby, what's wrong with me?
It happens to all of us. Remember, I was like, is there a new Joker and Harley Quinn?
Oh yeah, Abby
trailer
did that
out?
a couple weeks ago. She's like, I think I watched the new Joker and Harley Quinn trailer.
No, I'll allow it. Okay, yeah. So they're in some sort of a cupboard, a pantry, a storage room.
Yeah. But it's our
with
second
a secret door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, and this is where Ray is explaining what happens with the death chill, and your blood freezes, and the last thing you see are your own tear ducts
Freezing over.
And we've got this awesome shot of Celeste. And I want to say this: I like Celeste O'Connor a lot. I think they're a really good actress, and I thought Lucky was an awesome character. And I'm glad Lucky's back. I think if you watch Afterlife, I mean, there's a whole speech that Lucky gives to Trevor about how desperate she is to get out of Oklahoma, and I'm glad she made it. Now, unfortunately, it looks like she turned into a terror dog last time, and now she's getting the death chill.
She's got the death chill.
Yeah,
she's getting the real Ghostbusters experience.
Yeah, I think her character, their character in Afterlife was like one of the coolest, like on screen, just like oozing charisma and like just being cooler than you and better than you. And I'm excited to see them come back.
It's really great when it's just these people are all good actors. It's so important to make movies with good actors. What a profound statement I made. All right, let's move on.
Freezing up.
Close up of Lucky's eye, literally freezing, as Dan says it.
Scared to death. So cool.
Now that's your only
See,
shot.
that's two different that's two different scenes happening.
Oh, 100%.
Like 100, yeah, that's from two different. That's just editing right there.
That's editing. This is like the only levity in the trailer, which is Patton Oswalt. Well, at the end has some too, but basically Ray gives this speech about how terrible the death chill will be and what it will do to you, and then they cut to Patton saying that's so cool. I know that's probably not the continuity of what happens in the movie, but it's a funny beat.
It's a break of levity. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really well executed.
Yeah. Cuts to Neutronowan firing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trevor
with a pack.
It's interesting. You would think that Phoebe would be the one they would give the kind of proton pack money shot to, but it's Trevor, and this is awesome.
Well, doesn't Trevor not really get to use one in Afterlife?
Oh yeah, he does.
So this is like
he does. He
uses, doesn't work.
Not effectively.
But then it does.
But then
it doesn't, and then it does. He definitely does. But it's the gunner seat though. So
right.
It's a little different, but he does use it.
Right. But this is a full. Now, just pointing this out here as a hardcore fan, this pack does not have the black and yellow caution stripe power cell on the side.
Right.
Mhm.
So maybe this is before they modify it, older pack, who knows? But
Yeah.
there you go. All righty.
And yeah, Ghost Beacon, I was thinking that is the YMCA logo, the Y that's on his t-shirt, on Trevor's shirt.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So get that.
As a former Y member.
Dude, you were in all the clubs when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on. Proton streams. We get our title card, Frozen Empire. All right.
There we go.
Can we assume that whoever was putting horns on their head earlier
Because you see the shape.
I would think so, yeah.
Young gentleman.
I believe so.
So one of the discussions people have a lot is about what's the villain? What's the big bad going to be? I know we talk about it all the time. They brought Gozer back last time. It was amazing. Some people said, that's kind of a rehash. We want something new. People thought, are they going to bring Vigo back? Whatever. I think it's pretty clear this is a villain, probably the main villain. This is something new and wholly original in the world of Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a really interesting silhouette too.
Scary as
fuck.
fuck.
It's like a tall hourglass with horns, and it's very intriguing. Looks like very original, which is what I want. And I think what we need is something that's like wholly different, completely unique, a brand new story.
Jacob, what do you think of? I mean, we don't see a lot here, but there's some interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looks cool. Like Abby said, the silhouette's cool. I like the glowing blue eyes there. We got 2 quick shots of whatever this is in the trailer, which is there's not a lot of ghost action other than 2 shots of the same entity,
right?
And the lion. There's 0 ghosts in this trailer, so
that's the way I like it.
Yeah, keep it all.
Keep them in jail. My ideal Ghostbusters movie is
jail.
2 hours of them talking in jail.
They're all in jail. Yeah, no, I think it's cool. Like we don't see. I'm interested to see what this thing looks like. But.
Yeah, and I think Michael Tanaka earlier was commenting in the chat that he was theorizing it could be of Japanese origin. Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if whatever, because if you read the synopsis, it says there's an ancient artifact. So it kind of starts, you kind of start thinking about that, like, from that perspective. So, but so this is this shot of this entity, and then the trailer ends with
not a joke, but a laugh.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd laughing, reacting like we all are. Let's just break this down. What the fuck? Jake, you take it. I can't even handle it.
I don't know, dude. I mean, seeing kind of this new team together. I mean, first of all, the red parkas that they're wearing, the big jackets. I have been known to say that the khaki gets a little boring over time, especially in like toy form.
Right.
But just putting a red jacket on top of it kind of reinvigorates the whole thing to me. And I think this look is a good look. There's different logos happening here. There's so much. These wands are different. There's yellow on this wand. The barrels are different. It's a little hard to see exactly what's different about them, but you can look at that and that's not the same. So like we know there's upgrades happening, but there's like lights in their pockets or something. I don't know. There's a lot going on here.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Yeah,
it's the family that busts together, like actually in action.
Actually,
yeah. It's actually happening, and it's incredible. And the parkas, like you're saying, Jacob, is like the pulling from the original color palette of Ghostbusters with like the red and like having that be a predominant color over top looks. I mean, fashion wise, it's awesome. It plays. I want to wear it. It's functional too. If it's freezing, they need them. I think this is awesome. I think for fans who like to recreate costumes, and franchises, like it's exciting to have a new look that we can all try to replicate.
Well, people started immediately trying to identify the jacket today, and I think it's been everywhere. So the company, it's out there. The company's called Wuxley, which is a Canadian clothing company. But there are multiple red parkas that they sell that range from $800 to there's one that's like $1,500. So we haven't been able to confirm the exact model, so I don't really want to spend too much time on that. They're very expensive. This is the Ghostbusters are back in business. This isn't GB2 doing birthday parties. We got $1,000 jackets here. Okay.
Yep.
A couple things though of note. Jake, you mentioned there seems to be a bigger No Ghost logo. Looks like it's darker in color. It's not red.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the patch on the it's on the same side of the suit as the name tag. So I don't know if there's patches on both arms.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell.
Phoebe is there with the PKE meter. Callie has the ecto goggles on. One thing of note, the barrel on the Neutrona wand is definitely different.
Mhm.
Jacob, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see it good enough to really. I mean, it's clearly a bigger barrel,
right?
But beyond that, it's still a dark image. I can't see good enough to know exactly what's happening. But yeah, the barrel's different, and then there's a block of yellow under one of the pieces there. You can see there's yellow on that wand as well. So
let me see if I have a still image of
yeah, if you could do some zooming, then we'll do some zooming.
Cool. While I look for that, as we come to the final frames of the trailer here, Abigail, do you have any kind of like first general wrap, starting to wrap things up talk? Let's analyze that sentence that just came out of my mouth. Starting to wrap this up talk.
I think that, this trailer was a fresh, chilling breeze, a breath of life, I think, into continuing Ghostbusters Afterlife as continuing the story with these characters and showing that they're going through new experiences. I think it's the refresh that Ghostbusters needs, and I think that this is a very solid, thematic trailer. It seems to be cohesive. I am very excited to see these characters return, and then also the new the additions like Patton Oswalt and etc. I'm excited to see the comedy kind of take form in this movie.
There's a lot of characters too. I mean, wow. Jacob, same kind of thing to you. How are we feeling?
Yeah, it's just a lot to take in, it's the kind of thing that I immediately want to see the next trailer because there's just too many questions. There's just too many questions.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions in the chat. Good questions.
Too many questions.
Yeah, we're going to get to the chat in 1 second. Do we think there's going to be another trailer this year, next year? Like, if the movie's coming out at the end of March, the strike's over, as we heard earlier.
January.
Right?
If the movie's coming out in March, right? Maybe even fucking later than that. Maybe even February.
Could be the Super Bowl. Finally. Everyone's always thinking there's going to be there'll be years where there's not even a Ghostbusters movie coming out. People are like, we might be getting that Super Bowl trailer. Like, what are you talking about? There's no movie. All right, let me try to close in a little bit on the barrel. By the way, the look on Paul Rudd's face is awesome here. He's just like, he's the dad who stepped up. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So that kind of looks like the Answer the Call barrel a little bit. It's thicker, right?
It's thicker for sure. Looks like there's some wiring there that Yeah, I don't know. It's hard, and you can definitely see the yellow.
Yeah, there's a yellow flourishment there on the side. Phoebe with the PKE meter. And then Trevor has the same barrel on his gun. What are these like LEDs on
I don't know. It looks like it's on Paul Rudd's character too. It looks like it might be in the pockets of the jacket. See it there?
Oh, like a little reflector?
That's something. Yeah, that's I don't know what that is, but
it's a jacket gizmo.
Yeah.
It's on the jacket.
Very cool.
Could be charging, could be detecting something.
It's probably a fucking warmer.
Right.
It's probably a body warmer. So
it's their phone charger.
All right, so here we go, guys. Let's phone charger. I like that.
Thank you. Acknowledge me.
Let's wrap this up and let's set the stage for what's to come. So, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. We haven't even talked about the title. How are we on the title, Jacob?
we could not talk about the title. There's a new Ghostbusters movie coming, and I'm excited about that. Whatever the tagline is irrelevant because I know why. No, hold on. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I know why movies have taglines. It's a corporate thing. It's not all. I don't love Frozen Empire, but whatever. To me, it doesn't mean anything. I didn't love Afterlife at first, and I talked about it.
Right.
And then I saw the movie, and it made a little more. I liked it a little better. But to me, the taglines is such a like. It makes me think of. Yeah, it's a marketing thing. So like, it doesn't. Whatever. I try not to
from the others. Yeah.
I try not to focus on it because I know it's there out of like necessity.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it. I mean, at least New York's the Empire State. And it makes sense from that perspective, right? It's the New York is frozen.
Yeah,
they can't call it
the Frozen Empire State. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, watch out, Craig. If you stretch something too thin, it's gonna tear.
No. Well, they were gonna also maybe call it the Frozen Big Apple. That didn't.
The big frozen apple.
Frozen
apple.
I don't know why they didn't call it that. I like it. It reminds me of Rage Against the Machine's Evil Empire, Frozen Empire, kind of. Maybe that's a stretch. Maybe I just want to talk about Rage Against the Machine.
They should have just called it. What's the thing Ray says? The Death Chill. They should have just called it.
No, they should not.
No.
There's also. I thought Cruel Summer is good, but that's already been used for movies.
I like Cruel Summer. Death Chill only sounds good out of Ray's mouth. I do not want to be going around saying, "Oh, I'm going to see Ghostbusters: The Death Chill."
You know what? I don't know if you noticed my name. I changed it to Abigail Death Shill because I'm
Death Shill?
a Death Shill.
We are the Death Shills.
Yeah, we'll get the little tattoo. It'll be just like Harry Potter.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do.
I don't hate the title. I think it's fun. I think it has huge scope to it, which this trailer has enormous scope to it too. So it seems to make sense.
Let's okay. So, Jim Maritato says, "Is the new Ice Age a legitimate international title?" I don't know. I haven't seen any alternate titles yet, so we'll see. Thank you for the super chat. So if you're not subscribed to the channel here, make sure you do that. That's the first bit of news before we get to the chat. Then over the next couple nights, we're gonna have some additional streams. We're gonna bring some friends and family of the YHS universe in. I think tomorrow night I might do it on this channel. I might do it on the Toy Anxiety channel. Talk with Geek Dad Jay a little bit, and then I think maybe Friday. Bring in I know our friends at the containment unit have an amazing new signing they're going to announce. And listen, there's a lot of people we love that really want to talk about this trailer. We want to give a little platform. We're going to platform people. Yeah. But obviously stay tuned for more from YHS and Ghostbusters Radio Live and all of our social channels and everything else. We this is an awesome crowd here tonight. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks for showing up. It's really cool.
So let's do this. Let's take 5-7 minutes and wrap this up. Any pressing questions or things you want to address in the chat, we'll get to it, and then we'll call it a night here over on YHS. Let me actually scroll back just a little bit. Ghostbusters Collector says they should have called it Meltdown. I mean, that makes sense on a couple different levels. That's an okay name. No matter what, the name grows on you, except for one, Fallen Kingdom. I will never accept Jurassic
None
Park
of those movies have good titles.
Yeah.
But this, all right, never mind.
Mr. Michael T says, "Isn't Japan calling it Frozen Summer?" Maybe. That's pretty literal.
That's fun.
Clue, yeah.
Oxymoronic.
Let's see here. Jacob Wells, do any of y'all know the new villain's name in Frozen Empire? No, we do not.
No.
But I'm sure we will soon.
I saw a lot of people were saying it was Elsa.
I don't believe it'll be Elsa.
I don't think
I've seen so many people say that.
Well, they just need to let that go.
They do.
Let's see. Is it me or does it look like they showed Dana's apartment building at the end with them on the roof? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe
it's hard to tell. They're definitely on a roof.
Yeah, they're on a roof. Let's see. I think I don't know. The official Ghostbusters, the Hook and Ladder today tweeted that they were like, "Look, it's our roof." They just said that's our roof. So like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's the firehouse.
Yeah, it's probably the firehouse.
All right.
Bot Boy versus. I wonder if any of the new packs will resemble ones in the 09 game. I mean, maybe. Like, there's definitely
There's room for all
possible.
sorts of different designs. I think that they're probably exploring different things with this movie.
I think that's interesting, though. You guys touched on it earlier. Is like, Jake, you mentioned like Afterlife was this bridge. You have to acknowledge the passing of Harold Ramis and the passing of time. And now they have free reign to kind of do anything.
Yeah.
So we could, I think it's reasonable to expect some stuff we never even, this trailer is not.
Well, it's already, it's already stuff you didn't think was going to happen.
Dave Cabal, will they have books or materials between GB2 and Afterlife?
They should.
I think so.
I'd like to see that filled in. Yeah.
There's a new comic book coming out that we know features the Spengler family, Callie and Gruberson and all them. Dark Horse is putting it out. I'm assuming they're going to address some of that. I want to see all that. Let's see. We'll do a couple more. Vicky Horner says, I love this leaves us with more questions than answers. Me too.
Yes, Vicky. Yeah. Yes. That's what you want. You want to have your interest piqued. You want to continue to ask. Like, you want a little bit of information, but then you want to have a ton of follow-ups. And that's how I feel.
Right. It is funny. I was on the message boards today. There are it's amazing that like we're analyzing every frame and asking questions, but there's people who do watch it and they're like, I know this entire movie. And then like they just make their blanket statements. And it's
right.
It's like, I'm sure some of it was like Afterlife. We predicted some stuff and some stuff we were way off. That's to me, that's the fun part of this whole buildup.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do two more questions and then we're going to sign off. I can't thank everybody enough for being here. Big crowd watching YHS Live tonight. And if you're on the audio feed, obviously we appreciate all the support. And we're going to keep doing this. We're going to be every little bit of news that comes out. We're going to be on top of it because there's going to be posters and more trailers.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't a poster today because like didn't whenever the Afterlife trailer came out, we got wasn't the poster like the day before or something? I can't remember exactly, but it was all around the same time.
It was on a Friday there was a big Vanity Fair article with the poster release, and then the following Monday they did the trailer. Davey, we'll give you this one. He says Ghostbusters the 5 Burrows is the perfect name.
Yes. That's true.
Pretty good.
That is the perfect name. Analysis of sci-fi. Any more new Ghostbusters next to the characters from the last film? I mean,
it looked like there was 10 Ghostbusters in this trailer.
yeah.
So we got the original 3 guys, the new team, the 4, and then you also saw Celeste with a pack on.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Jacob Wells, what is coming next after Frozen Empire? I love fans.
Slow down.
No, I'm the same way.
No, slow down. Let's let this happen first.
Will there be a new trilogy or extended universe? My gut is that if this movie does really well, and I think it will, is that there'll be at least one more. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Reitman came back and did, closed out
too hot to handle.
Ghostbusters Afterlife Untitled Sequel Part 2. But honestly, dude, Sony might be like, hey, Gil just made us like $500 million, so we're gonna need Gil.
We're gonna go with Gil.
We're gonna go with Gil now.
Sorry.
Well, we know that Gil and Jason their next project is the SNL movie.
Yeah.
And Jason's they co-wrote that, and Jason's directing it. So yeah. Ghost Beacon says it looks like they're going to have a last stand at the firehouse. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be great.
Hell yeah. Doesn't matter where you are as long as you stand. How does it go, Jacob? Help me out here.
The place where you made your stand never mattered as long as you were there and on your feet.
There you go.
Nice.
Beautiful. Well, let's wrap it up there. We appreciate everybody here. If you're watching this after the fact, leave comments. We always like to interact with the videos afterwards. We appreciate everybody's support. My big takeaway is that, again, it's 2023. We're getting another Ghostbusters movie. The OGs are back. But not just that. I fell in love with the Afterlife characters. I love Gruberson. I love Callie. I love Phoebe. I love Podcast, Lucky, Trevor. And then we get new people. We're gonna fall in love with James A. Castor and Kumail and Patton and we didn't even see Emily Lynn. Is that her name?
Yeah,
Emily Lynn. Yeah. I don't think we saw her unless she's the big bad. We don't know that.
That's what people were saying in the comments. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be great. And we're super excited. AJ Quick says there is a Chinese trailer. Is this expected to be released in China? That would be huge. It would be big. The last two have not been released in China. That we always know for international box office, that's a big deal. So wait and see, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Jacob,
we'll see.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Happy
Let's
trailer
go get
day.
turtlenecks and parkas.
Let's all go winter clothes shopping.
I'm here for it. It's cold.
For Abigail Gardner, Jacob Walsh, my name is Craig Goldberg. Thank you for joining us. Have some podcast for GB Radio Live. Happy trailer day. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thanks for watching GBRL.
And I pressed the wrong button. I had it all set
Are
up.
we still here?
Well, we're still here.
Get us out. Get us out of here.
Oh, I want to see that trailer.
I keep trying to find the song. There it is.
Awesome.
Bye, everybody. We're going to replay the intro.
Oh, I thought we were doing your own original.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, y'all. Love you. Stay warm. Death chill. Ghostbusters Radio Live.